I'm Joya Doss from the NASDAQ market site, and with me today is a company that's developed a new cryptocurrency to help save the rainforest. With me is the CEO of Amacoin, Leonardo, I want to make sure I get your last name right, Barrio Nuevo.
That's right.
You are CEO and founder of the company, and with you today is your CFO, Nilton Constantino, and also we have Doug Anderson from Wall Street Capital Partners. Welcome. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the company, Leonardo, I want to ask you, what are the challenges? Of course, the rainforest we're talking about is the Amazon, but what are some of the challenges that the rainforest is up against right now?
Well, first we understand that the private sector must be part of the solution against deforestation, poverty and climate change.
Yeah.
We see all these fires going on, and yeah, we must come up and help the government to do what it's for the world, right? It's the lungs of the world, so that's what we are trying to do down there.
And why do we here in New York City, sitting here, care about what's going on in the Amazon? Why should we?
Well, because I think this is a global challenge.
Right.
It's not only for the Brazilians, it's not only for the Colombians, it's a global challenge. So that's why we are here trying to bring to the world what we call the Amazonian's green coin, Amacoin, which is a financial instrument designed to finance environmental assets, products and services.
And so this coin is a utility coin, right? And I'll ask this question to you, which is different than a security coin, right? This is intentionally made so that it's more accessible to people beyond accredited investors.
Correct. The aim was to set up a utility coin. We are doing this in Switzerland. Mm-hmm. Why Switzerland? Is because in Switzerland there is a framework set up by the local regulator, FINMA, and we are complying with these standards. And it gives also a lot of assurance and comfort to investors, knowing that we are issuing a coin respecting all the frameworks at international level that gives the maximum of credibility to investors. So this was one of the aspects why Switzerland and why a utility coin.
So this is largely offered on European exchanges, but is there a plan to offer it on US exchanges as well?
Yes. So the market will be split worldwide by selecting preferred exchanges to work with us at the first beginning phase, meaning that these exchanges will have to comply with KYC and IML procedures, meaning that only investors who identify themselves and prove the origin of their investments can have access to our coins. This is something that is really important for us, is to identify everyone and have a register of all the coin holders right away from the beginning.
And the initial raise is $20 million, correct?
This is like this. We aim to have a minimum of 20 million, which is foreseen by the local regulator as our soft coin. All our program foresees $450 million. If we get to do that, we can put in place all the program set within the 4 pillars that Leonardo is going to explain later on,
Great.
and fulfill all our business plan.
Doug, your firm is assisting on the deal. Why is this nature of the first sort of green ICO important to us?
Well, you know, you started with why is the Amazon important?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows today, you know, the Amazon are the lungs of the world. And we have to preserve that. Right now, it's growing a case of emphysema, and we've got to reclaim that forest. We have to protect it. And we've got to do it in conjunction with commercial interests. You know, those farmers need jobs. These guys have proven that viable, profitable products can come out of the Amazon, and at the same time, we can protect it. So it's a win-win. They're not a small company. Currently, they have 50,000 acres. They're the only ones licensed to do this kind of sustainable products out of the Amazon, and they're moving to 3 million acres. That's a lot of protection. And you know, I was in a conference with Michael Milken not long ago, and a lot of Wall Street is headed this direction. They're interested in finding places where they can make investments where they're not only making money, but they're also doing good things for the environment.
And you mentioned the 4 pillars. At the heart of this is a conservancy, right? It's a Brazilian conservancy.
Yes, so The company is called the Brazilian Rainforest Conservation Company, EBCF. It's a social enterprise with a purpose-driven mission to fight deforestation, poverty, and climate change. We promote the rainforest conservation, the biodiversity protection, sustainable development of local villagers, and CO2 emissions reduction. And that's done by a business model based in 4 pillars. All the 4 pillars are 100% aligned with United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which is environmental, social, climate, and economic. Today we support 3,000 families with a lot of social projects for health, education, women empowerment, income generation, infrastructure. On the economic side, our challenge was how do we design revenue streams that are focused on the conservation of the forest and not on its destruction. That's when we have the sustainable harvesting of non-timber products for superfood, cosmetic, pharmaceutical, and then we have carbon credits. Our project is licensed in the US, 3 million tons of CO2 and the projection to reduce it. Corporate social responsibility. We have a program, a global sustainability program called We Are Amazonians. And then that's when also the financial instrument, the Amazonia's Green Coin, they come on board.
And so how does an investor, a potential investor, as they're looking at putting money into your company, feel good about the money spent? And what's the ecosystem that you've effectively built for them to spend the green coin?
The fact is nowadays, when you see the global markets, global corporates, they finance themselves issuing green bonds. This is a trend, and this trend is going to be standard in 5 years. And we foresee this, putting in place and offering corporate social responsibility to these companies, meaning that investing in our ecosystem gives back to them support in local projects, social projects, gives back to them. They know that they are protecting specific areas. So this is a trend. Corporates, they are looking more and more to give back to society, leaving a positive impact to the world. Because nowadays, people think that we need to leave something to our children.
A legacy.
A legacy. And this is what we call the sustainable and the green legacy for the next generations to come. And we believe that we have a financial product that gives this to the market. Obviously, corporates, the private sector must be part of it. And we believe that we have put in place something that is quite unique and that is a financial instrument enabling companies to invest in, and on the other side having results, but also giving something back to humanity.
Doug, there's the Amacoin, but then there's the Amacard, correct? What is the difference?
You know, I'll tell you, the Amacard is really making history because it's the first crypto card that can be used just like a credit card because it's backed by a bank. And as I said, these guys are vetted. They've been around 10 years. They're endorsed by the UN. They have exclusive licenses in the Amazon to do this kind of work. And now they've come up with spectacular, innovative first, which is the crypto credit card.
So it always helps when you're doing anything of any project of any stature to get a little bit of star power behind it. I understand there's a Netflix movie that's planned with Arnold Schwarzenegger and other luminaries. How is that going to kind of bring a spotlight to this project?
Well, this is a work in progress, right? We are actually finishing the talks with Netflix about that. It's supposed to be 3 seasons, the first season. So the whole thing is to find worldwide what's the best projects related to forest, related to smart cities, and related to the smart use of water worldwide. So, and that will bring to the world what we can do not only to find what is bad, but what's good. How can we actually expand what's good in the world to, you know, to give a better life to the present and future generations? How do we actually make the world smart again, you know?
And then we were talking earlier that there's also an eco resort that's planned.
Correct, correct. Within the private reserve, we foreseen and we have already the license to do an eco resort within our private reserve in the middle of the Amazonia. This is also part of the revenue streams and the ecosystem.
The commercial initiatives that you're talking about.
Exactly, exactly. And one aspect that we want to focus is we want to bring awareness to, as you said, water, efficient cities, efficient natural resources. They're not going to last forever.
Right.
And we want just to bring this information as an impact to Netflix series, this awareness to people that they say, okay, we have a problem, but we have also the solutions for
Right,
it.
and it's always great to come to the table with a problem and the solution.
Yeah.
Doug, I'll let you have the last word.
Well, as I said, these guys are polished professionals, and it's in a sea of concern in the crypto space. These guys they have the pedigree to watch and to be a part of. So I would encourage people to take a very close look at this investment.
Great. We'll leave it there. Thank you. I'm with the executive leadership of Amacoin. I'm Joy Adas from the NASDAQ Market Site.